Hello and welcome back to the Entrepreneur's Anchor. I am your host, Navin Kumar Selvaraj. Last week, we spoke about the deep link between our mind, our body, and our business, and how easy it is to burn out when those systems are in conflict. Today, we are doing something a little different. This is a special masterclass of sorts, an episode on what I believe is the single most important practice for an integrated entrepreneur. We are going to explore the inner CEO, or what's more formally known as witness consciousness or metacognition. But first, a very important disclaimer before we proceed. In the second half of this episode, I will be guiding you through a short 5-minute meditation. For that reason, please do not listen to this episode while you're driving, running, walking, or operating any kind of machinery. This episode is best experienced when you're safely seated and stationary, able to close your eyes and give your full, undivided attention. If you're on the move right now, please save this episode for later. You don't want to miss this. So, let's get into it. What is this witness consciousness? You see, an entrepreneur's mind is a storm. We are constantly battered by our own thoughts. That client is angry. That project is failing. I am not doing enough. I'm going to lose it all. Oh dear God, and whatnot. We tend to identify with these thoughts. We believe that we are these thoughts. And so we get tossed around by the emotional storm. Now, on the other hand, witness consciousness is the realization that you are not your thoughts. You're the awareness that hears the thoughts. You're not the storm, you're the calm blue sky that the storm clouds pass through. This inner CEO is the part of you that can sit back and watch the internal chaos without getting entangled in it. It's what I call a neutral observer. Now, why is this the entrepreneur's superpower? Because it creates a tiny critical space between the stimulus and the response. Let me give you an example. Now, the stimulus is, let's say, an angry email from a client, and the unconscious response is you immediately fire back an angry defensive email, right? On the other hand, the witnessing response, your inner CEO observes the feeling of anger rising. It observes the thought, how dare they? It just watches. That's it. And in that space, in that pause, you gain the freedom to choose a conscious, strategic, and effective response. Boom. This is the power. This is self mastery. Well, easier said than done, but honestly speaking, the practice is simple. It's not easy, yeah, but can be done. I'll be honest, I am now able to share this with you because I did practice this multiple times over and over again. I did fail, but I started again. And now, safe to say, I'm able to advocate for it much comfortably, right? It's essentially, if I had to break it down, it's the practice of noticing and externalizing, right? How can I put this? Okay, the most common metaphor I can think of is to imagine your thoughts as clouds passing in the sky, right? Your inner CEO is this clear blue sky. The clouds, that is your thoughts, pass through, but they cannot harm the sky. Now, that works for a lot of people, but I want to share my own personal method, which might work for you, or you could perhaps take a cue out of it and develop your own method, whatever works for you. So, this is what I do. When I close my eyes, I don't see clouds. I see my thoughts as small floating television screens. Even if it's not a screen, I see that thought. I imagine as though that entire thought is just zooming out and it's actually on a television screen. Yep. So each screen is running a short clip of that thought. And this could be anything, a thought about a deadline, a memory, a worry, lost battle, failed conversations. I don't know. It could be anything. And in my mind, I just observe these little screens. Sometimes, actually, no, I would say most of the times, I picture them on a conveyor belt. Yeah, a screen appears, I give it a gentle nod, and I just watch it float on by, down the belt and out of sight. And then a new one appears. I watch that as well, and I let it go too. I don't argue with the screen. I don't grab the screen, and definitely I don't try to change the channel or, punch it. I just observe it and I let it float away. By doing this, I'm training my brain over and over that I am the observer and not the thought itself. Now, let's put this into practice. And remember my disclaimer, this is the part where I need you to be seated comfortably, right? So, if you are seated comfortably and safely, I invite you to gently close your eyes. I'm here with you. Let's begin by taking 3 deep cleansing breaths. Inhale slowly through your nose and exhale slowly through your mouth. Again, a deep breath in and a long, slow breath out. One more, deepest breath of the day. Inhale, and as you exhale, just let go of all the tension in your shoulders, your jaw, your hands. Now just let your breath return to its natural, easy rhythm. Don't force it, just let it be. Bring your attention to your breath. Just feel the sensation of the air moving in and the air moving out. Your mind will wander. That is what it does. That is not a failure, it's by design an opportunity. The moment you notice your mind has wandered, you have succeeded. The part of you that noticed, that is the witness. That is your inner CEO that you have just met. When you notice, gently smile to yourself and without judgment, just bring your attention back to your breath, in and out. As you sit there in the quiet, a thought will appear, a memory, a to do, a worry, maybe. When it does, I want you to try one of the metaphors we discussed. See that thought as a single cloud floating by in a vast blue sky. Just watch it float. Don't cling to it, let it go. Or see that thought as a small television screen on a conveyor belt. It appears, you observe it without judgment, not your TV. Let it go, and you just let it float on by. Your job today, at this moment, is to sit and watch that conveyor belt. A new thought may come, and if it has, it's a new screen. That's okay. Just observe it and let it too float away, down the belt, out of sight. Your attention is now on your breath. Even if it's on the conveyor belt, it's okay. You are the silent observer. You are the sky, you're not the thought. Breathe in, breathe out. In and out. In and out. You may get lost in a thought. You may get on the conveyor belt for a moment. That's okay. The second you realize it, you're back. You're the witness. Gently, without judgment, step off the belt. Return to your breath. You are the calm, clear, powerful inner CEO. And now, let's bring our awareness back to our body. Feel the chair beneath you. Feel the floor under your feet. Gently and patiently notice the sounds in the room around you. Take one more deep cleansing breath. Inhale and exhale. And when you're ready, with this newfound clarity and discovery, you can gently open your eyes. Great. Welcome back. That practice, that is the work. That 5 minutes of observing your thoughts is the mental push-up for entrepreneurs. You're not training to be a monk. You're training to create that vital space so you can move from reaction to intention. And trust me, that pause is immeasurable in value. I have experienced it right until this evening. That pause before replying to an email, that pause before replying to a comment, and that's even when it's live, even in a live conversation, you hit with something, take a moment, pause, let that thought float by, and then respond. In fact, trust me, that pause can actually play with the other person's mind as well because they have no idea what you're thinking about, right? So, this practice, you were able to relate with it. As always, please hit the follow or subscribe button right now. And please share this mini masterclass with one person in your life who knows is feeling overwhelmed and reactive. At the end of the day, from all the people that are listening right now, even if one of you are able to relate to this, I would consider this a success. Great. Next week, we'll take this newfound skill, newfound clarity, and apply it to find the power of closure. Speaking of closure, with that, we have come to the end of this episode. And as always, until then, stay grounded and be the witness. I'll see you next time. Wishing you a very happy new year, and I wish you all the best with loads of joy, prosperity, and groundedness in the year 2026. Bye-bye.